winner of this season of Halo will receive a prize package from Shopee Vet Beauty and $50 and 2 palettes courtesy of Fruits Cosmetics.
In light of recent events, Thomas will no longer be participating in this competition. We feel it's best that we should disqualify him.
Okay. Hi, my name's Thomas. Recently, whilst I was on a live stream, I made reference to a meme that was very insensitive, not very funny, and I didn't realize it at the time, but it was rather offensive, and I would like to say I sincerely apologize for that. I've messaged everybody who was personally offended by it that I know of, and thoroughly apologized and made it be clear that that is not who I am. I would have never said it if I knew it would cause harm to anybody, especially so many really talented artists who I deeply love and respect. It's not me. I'm not that kind of person. I never was, and I never will be. I had a moment of ignorance. I made a stupid joke. I made a stupid mistake. For that, I am incredibly sorry. From the bottom of my heart. Because of this, myself, Hank, and Milo decided that I should no longer compete in the competition. And I am happy to resign. If me staying here is going to cause any further damage, I do not want to be here at all. My only goal is to showcase my art, my artistic vision, and if doing that causes any kind of harm or offends anybody, I don't want to do it. So I will no longer be competing in this season of Halo. Good luck to everybody else. Thank you, Hank and Milo, for having me. Thank you, all my fellow competitors, for being such fucking forces to be reckoned with. Again, thanks for having me. Thanks for watching. I hope my actions do not define me as a person. I hope none of you think of me any differently. I love you all. Yeah. Bye.
This week, the theme is camp. We have asked our contestants to create a look from the waist up.
I'm your host and judge, Hank.
And I'm your other host and judge, Milo. And this week, we have our guest judge.
Hello, I'm Twink Trash, incredibly campy diva. That's it.
Dancing diva of Chicago.
Absolutely.
We won the duo challenge. I'm so excited. I feel like we turned something creative and original out, and I feel like it was the perfect week for us to win because I had been in the bottom and he had been right there on the top, just not winning yet. And I do need to credit him for all his hard work and helping everything run smoothly and helping me out tremendously in the challenge. Unfortunately, we did lose Cohen and Nick, which I feel like their look was the most basic and not that elevated, so I do agree with them being the lowest score and getting eliminated. And I was shocked that they were doing a double elimination, but you know, that is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles.
I am so finally to have won a challenge, especially being fantasy. I know some of the other contestants really wanted to win this category, so I'm so happy that we won and that our hard work paid off. I will say though that I do feel more responsible for our win. I came up with the idea, the concept, I sent Chanel what we needed to do, I created both of our face charts. Like, I really wanted to do this, so I'm really proud of myself and that I was able to come up with all these ideas and work together with Chanel to really do good in this challenge. Also proud of Chanel that she's getting better each week, as she wasn't doing too hot in the competition and now she is. I think it's quite funny. I keep getting set up for failure and I keep succeeding. I know Nick tried to set me up with the Harry Styles challenge, and I was high in that category. Thomas tried to set me up for the 1920s challenge, and I was top 2 with him. And then Thomas also tried to screw us over with fantasy by pairing me and Chanel together, and we won. So it's just really hard for me to flop, I suppose. But
We did choose Ryan to come back, and I feel like the reasoning for that is Cohen and Nick kind of showed all they had to show and like showed all their cards, played all their tricks. I don't feel like there was anything left for them to really improve on or show or grow from. Whereas Ryan, his editorial look was not his strongest look, and his Cali look was not his personal style. So I feel like if he came back, he would be able to show so much more.
as for why we chose Ryan to come back, I had originally asked Cohen if he would want to come back in the competition. And after some thinking and talking about things, he figured it wouldn't be best for him because of planning and vacation time and family stuff, which is understandable. So Cohen, when I talked to him, he opted out, and the next best choice was going to be Ryan. Ryan has also kind of been a big supporter within this competition for me. I would, like, when he got eliminated, I was sending him my looks, asking him for advice, some editing, like, all that kind of stuff. He's drama-free, super nice, super kind, very talented. So I really was happy that Ryan was also able to come back into this competition.
Everybody, it's me, Ryan Rochi, and I am back to smoke this competition for real this time, and not for fake.
Boo girl.
So coming back is a little bit bittersweet just because I was second choice to come back. In my opinion, that kind of sucks. Just because I expected Seth to kind of bring me back, just judging on how we connected throughout this whole competition and how he knew how robbed I felt when I left or when I got eliminated in this competition. So I kind of expected him to bring me back, but his reasoning on why he brought Cohen back was valid, I guess. I was in Painted Out, so there was that. But I'm grateful for a second chance. So let's ram these bitches up the ass because I'm not here to play this time around. I'm really gonna try to really give it my all and really elevate myself to the standard that the judges want me to be in and they believe me to be in. So let's have fun this second time around, and thank you for having me back. I'm really excited. Let's get competing. I'm really excited. I'm gonna listen to the judges a lot more, and I'm gonna really focus on being a little bit more polished, because I feel like with my editorial look and the Caliuches, well, the Caliuches, bitch, robbed. Bitch, I was robbed, and a lot of people could attest to that. I mean, the second episode was a celebrity thing, so, you know, there wasn't really any originality coming off of that. And the editorial look, we don't talk about her. God bless, we don't talk about her. So I'm excited for this second chance and for the chance for everyone to see me in a second light in this Halo competition. So I'm really excited to compete this time around.
I'm so nervous for this week's theme because it's camp, and camp is not what I do, and this competition has challenged me so much in the past because camp relies on a lot of fashion and not as much the makeup. I'm gonna have to step it up because the past 2 weeks I've just been making bras to go with my look, and this week I feel like I'm gonna actually have to step it up. My idea is to go for this like Dita Von Teese recreation. It was like a butterfly corset, so I'm gonna try to do that in my Chanel style. And so I'm going to hand paint wings that look like a pink butterfly and have them coming out of the top of a corset, and hand paint a corset. And I am going to style a pink updo to go with it all. Because everybody's so used to seeing me in a normal glam and a black wig, I need to step it up this week and do something different because I really want to prove myself. because a lot of people think that last week I only won because of Seth, and that's the only reason our duo won. And I want to win this week to show everybody that I can do something on my own and I don't need Seth to win. I feel like I'm constantly having to prove myself to everybody in this competition because I feel like everybody thinks that I'm the weakest link.
For the theme of camp, I think this is our most interesting theme so far because of how broad it is. This week, I think I could really stand out, make top 2, possibly win, because this is not Chanel's category, this isn't Thomas's category, this isn't Ozzy's category from what I've seen, and then Ryan is familiar with camp, but he came in a little bit later, so I think he's at a little bit of a disadvantage. So that kind of leaves me possibly to win or be in the best spot. For the double elimination, I'm really sad that Cohen is gone. I really liked Cohen. Cohen's gone. I'm indifferent about. He had his moments where he was just doing a little bit too much and trying to play producer within the show, and also then taking credit for things that he wasn't creating or his originality. Like for his decades, like last week, he's like, who's like Juno Birch? Like, no, I wasn't inspired by Juno Birch. I just want to do a lady from the 30s who was blue. Like, that's Juno Birch. That's like, Juno Birch, first of all, Juno Birch is inspired by the 60s, like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And then she also paints her color, like her skin, like different colors. And that's literally what you did, Nick. You did like a Juno Birch, but 30 styles. And the 30s wasn't even 30s. You were wearing men's glasses trying to be like, ooh, 30s. I know Nick has had some controversies with other contestants, so I'm kind of glad that that's over with and he won't be trying to just constantly be in the spotlight.
Girl, can we talk about Nick and Cohen's look for a second? Specifically Nick. Girl, what? I mean, come on. I mean, even the decades look. Can we talk about that, please, for a second? I mean, if you're gonna judge my 2 first looks compared to Nick's decade and freaking the fantasy look, like, I think I did a lot better in my concepts than I think he did. I mean, Cohen looked really nice, and I'm sad to see Cohen go, but judging from his decades to the fantasy looks, I understand why Cohen left. But Nick should have been gone. Like, come on, girl. But I'm back, so that's fine. And Nick said it best himself.
One other bitch gone, so it's fine with me.
And I think the people that are still here, like Ozzy, Chanel, and Seth, really like deserve to be here. I think Ozzy is really polished when it comes to like very neutral looks, and I think Chanel could be very like fun at times. I think Chanel's growth throughout this competition has really grown. So I think Chanel really deserves her placement at the moment. And for Seth, I mean, the bitch won last episode, so I don't need to say more. So it's gonna be hard to beat these bitches. Really, really fucking hard. Just cause I was the first one eliminated and then I was second choice brought back. So I have a lot to prove. I think the girls aren't really expecting me to do much. I think they're expecting the same Ryan Rochi, but I think from what they've seen on Painted Out that I do have the potential, and I'm really excited for you guys to see my comeback.
First off, we have Ryan, and I mean, it's very apparent that the look is inspired by Imp Kid.
That's what I was gonna say.
Ryan was first eliminated, and Ryan got brought back by the contestants.
Oh!
She's making a comeback.
She is, absolutely. But is this the look to make a comeback with? Let me pose the question.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's unpack this.
Yeah.
I love the color palette. I love when looks have a good cohesive color palette. I love the edit and how the edit emulates some of the balloons on the head. I think that really ties it together.
Yeah, I really enjoy the colors. I think that my main critique of it is that it's definitely something that's been done before. The challenge is camp, especially when you're brought back. I think you would want to do something that speaks for your own art a bit more.
Yeah.
It's well done, but it's not anything incredibly exciting for me personally.
Creativity, it's not the most creative. It is Imp Kid, and honestly, there's not a ton that was changed. At least I feel. Maybe the makeup a little bit, like the accessories are all.
I think the blue skin is a good touch.
Yeah.
I like how it's just blue and magenta. How the blush and lips are white, which you usually don't see like white blush. So I think that's like,
yeah,
some of the decisions were creative. I just don't know how well executed it was.
I would give it like a 5.
Creativity, I would also say 5. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
5 for creativity. For technique, I think technically it's pretty good. Also taking into account the edit, I think the editing is really good. I mean, I think technically it's pretty good.
The lashes are quite interesting to me. I enjoyed the lashes. I also like what you brought up with the white blush. I think that's very fun, and it definitely is enhanced with the highlight on the forehead. The bald cap kind of idea is very fun.
I do love the white blush, and I like how it contrasts with the blue, but I wish maybe Ryan brought some of the white onto the body just because the body looks rather flat compared to the face.
For technique, I'd give it like a 7 or an 8.
I would agree with
I
that.
feel like it's just like the little detail.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like a 7.5.
Yeah.
For how it relates to the challenge, when you look at it, it is very campy. It's over the top.
Everything's very exaggerated, which I feel like is important in camp.
I think that the colors kind of bring it to a more camp perspective. My only issue, again, is that it's kind of, camp is such a broad spectrum, specifically for art, that to do a look that's already been done, that's a very important look for a different artist.
Yeah.
Not, that doesn't scream camp to me, if that makes sense.
I agree.
This is obviously camp, like this is camp, but for the category of camp, this is not, I think, the best choice.
Another 7.5?
Okay, so next
Another recreation. Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, next
Milk.
up we have Miss Aussie with, yes, another recreation. I think Aussie looks very beautiful. I mean, the body's right, the makeup's right, the hair is right. I do wish, well, I don't know. I enjoy the edit. I don't know if it necessarily goes with the makeup though, because the edit is very like futuristic, and I feel like the makeup is more playful.
I agree that the background kind of takes away, specifically because the pattern of the garment is a houndstooth. It's a very classic pattern. You know, I think that it's quite loud, and then to be contrasted with the background, it's as you were saying, doesn't really speak for itself, specifically within the face. The only aspect of color in the look, it gets a bit lost. I think it's done beautifully. The colors are gorgeous. Again, I'm a bit, it doesn't reach the boundaries of camp for me because it's not your perspective of camp. Again, camp is such a personal thing. It can be so many things that it's special to see camp through a person's eyes. And I think that was lost.
Creativity. This is...
I don't know. To me, I feel like it wasn't evolved upon. With Ryan took Imp Kid's look and like evolved upon it. I don't feel like this...
I think the hair is lovely. I think it gets lost in the edit. The two buns there, I think is great. I love it trailing down, framing the face, kind of continuing the frame effect in the actual cosmetics of it. I enjoy that, and then brought down into the garment, the like pleather corsetry on top is kind of the same idea of framing. So I think that it continues themes throughout the entire look. I agree, not groundbreaking, but I do want to give props for that.
For creativity, we need a score.
That being said, I think it's also a 5, just because it's, just to be fair, because we gave the other one a 5. I think it's the same type of camp.
For technique, I think the makeup's really well done and the photography's done. I feel like the editing is the only place where the technique falls short. I think that the choice of background was not the best idea. I'd give it like an 8. And then for relevance, to me, it doesn't scream camp. I get that it is camp, but to me, it doesn't like shout camp.
I agree with you. To me, it's a bit more like Club Kid.
Like artsy kind of.
Yeah. I don't think that this is inherently camp. I think it's just bright colors, fun patterns. But there's no like the irony is lost. The excitement in it is kind of lost for me.
Yeah, there's not a ton of like, because a lot of, I feel at least for camp, a lot of it is kind of cleverness in how you work things together, and there's just not a ton of like cleverness in the look.
A 6, I'd say.
I agree with that.
A 6, okay, yes. So we have Seth. She looks amazing, and I love how she kind of mixed her personal drag in with camp.
I love how the blocks say Team Seth next to her. The one thing is, I don't get how the makeup and the blocks mix. To me, the makeup and the mask are kind of disjointed.
What if it's kind of like, because it's very playful, it's very childlike, like the whole presentation, what if that's like a kid's like drawing kind of sketch? Like to me, like that's what it kind of, that sounds like a read. What if an infant with no talent did her makeup? I'm saying,
no, I see what you're saying.
That would explain it. Just kidding. It looks beautiful. It's very well done. Concept feels like a child like drawing in the lines, and oh, it's like a bit out of the lines, like the top lips here, the bottom lips here. That might not explain the eyes, but I think that could have been a part of the concept. Personally, I adore this look.
For creativity, I say it's like a 9.
Yeah, I agree.
I do feel like technically it is pretty well done.
Technique, I'd say like an 8.
Okay, sure, 8.
Hank, you have something on your mind, say it.
Okay, so I think technically it is pretty well done. I think the makeup is cute, but I do think the contour looks a little muddy, and the nose, like she has highlighter on the entire ball of her nose. And I don't know, it's your drag, choose your own destiny, but
that is
no, it's not highlighter. She drew a yellow box.
Yeah.
I quit. Oh my god. Never mind. I love the makeup. It's fantastic. Okay, what do we think for technique?
8.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, 8. I agree.
Gorgeous. Okay, and then for how it relates, I feel like it's campy.
10. I'd give it a 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is camp, and this is like camp through her perspective.
Next up, we have Chanel. I love the pose.
Yeah, sure that. Ooh, headache. Ow. I want to say that she looks absolutely beautiful. This is a great look. The presentation of it is great. I think the camp element of like fun and wit is a little missing for me. Just a little.
I don't want to, not to disagree, but to disagree.
The neck, I don't live.
I really like the neck.
Me too.
Campiest thing about the entire thing is the outfit. And I just really wish she brought some of that into the, because the makeup.
Maybe, but I feel I kind of disagree. I feel like if she did like the butterfly makeup, I feel like that's predictable. I feel like I like that she's just like she's like the queen of the butterflies.
I don't want to start a fight, but let me try. What happened to bracelets? Why are we so opposed to bracelet? Thank you. I just think that jewelry could have enhanced this a lot. If you had some great jewels on this, I know that's expensive, but what I'm saying is you can easily get cheap stones, glue it to something around the wrist, cardboard. I've done it.
You've seen her with jewelry before too. That would have taken it like, it would have taken it beyond.
Yes, absolutely. But that being said, I want to say that this is quite elegant. This is the most glamorous look I think we've seen. And it's fun to take camp to a glamorous perspective.
A little more to add. So kind of like what Twink was saying, I do like how they went in the glamorous direction, but I wish they just would have pushed it and went full glamour, because there isn't jewels, and I think they could have done something cool with like more in the hair, because they have butterflies, so they could have, I feel like there's a decent amount you could do with butterflies, so I just kind of wish it was more.
I give it like an 8 for creativity.
No ma'am, the makeup, we've seen her before.
But the way she did it, like, it was a creative, it's like, I don't think for this, I don't think anything else. I feel like maybe the jewels.
I think it should be a 7.5.
Slay.
Sure.
And-
Sure, she's a 7.5. It's not the most original, but for the challenge, I suppose it is. It's an original take compared to the other gals.
For technique, I think everything is done. The editing, the colors, I think everything is done almost perfect. I'd give it a 10 for technique.
But you said almost, so 9?
0.5.
Sure, a 9.5. Do you agree with that?
I'm gonna make every
If she added jewels or crystals, I think that would have been like, oh, if she had a tiara.
Yeah, bracelets.
Or a crown or bracelets.
Or bracelets.
She needs cylindrical jewelry.
There's not even earrings. Where are the earrings?
Or bracelets.
That's
Or
what she's
bracelets.
touching. She's like, where are my earrings? They fell off when I was
She's trying to hide them. But by hiding the earrings, you know what she's exposing? No bracelets.
How it relates to the challenge?
a 10.
No.
I think it's camp, but it doesn't scream camp, I feel.
I think it's an 8.
Me too.
I think it's a 9.
I think it's an 8 because there's a decent amount that she could have done to push camp more. And I do know that she took a glamorous approach, but it's not even as glamorous as it could have been.
There's no bracelets.
Where are the bracelets?
8.3. I'm pushing my luck.
Whoa, fine. 8.3.
Because we both said 8 and you were 9. It's 2/3. 3.3.
So
Sure.
I don't do math. We've tallied up the scores, and now we have the averages for each contestant. Starting off in second place, we have Chanel with an average score of 8.4.
In third place, we have Ryan with a score of 6.7.
In fourth place, we have Ozzy with a 6.3.
The winner of this week's challenge with an average score of 9 is Seth.
Seth!
Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Twink, where can everybody find you?
Thank you so much for having me. Oh my goodness. I am everywhere online. I am Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @TwinkTrash. You'll find me eventually. It's all a bit different, but I'm there.
Make sure to like,
Comment.
Oh my God, subscribe.
Oh my god.
and make sure to keep up to date and follow the Instagram.
Or else.
Or else.
Everybody, all of the contestants and Twink's Instagram will be linked in the description, so make sure to go follow everybody and support them.
Why do we pick today, out of all days, to turn it this hard?
Super glove. Oh, let's see a gal.
Give a twirl, give a twirl.
The theme of this week is camp, where we've asked each contestant to do an over-the-top makeup look from the waist up.
Help me, I'm possessed!